Hi, everybody, and welcome back to the Crypto Night Show. Your host, Superman, in the house. Yeah, big news today. X1 is technically live now from Jack Levin, the vampire slayer, as they say. And that's exciting news for the X1 community, as well as, I guess, Zen as well. And Zen got a little bit of pump out there. Yeah, congratulations. We're going to talk a little bit about that, given the insights of some key players in the X1 community there. We're also going to be talking about Richard Hart, of course, giving some encouragement and asking for people to do some testing. We're going to get to that as well. And then we're going to get into, obviously, the market results for the stocks, crypto, and PulseChain, and a bit of Zen and maybe DGN as well. So there we go. It's going to be a bit of fun. And yeah, let's get into it, shall we? Don't forget to get in the chat as well. First of all, share the show around on X. Really helps a lot. And of course, pump your own bags, as they say. Pump your own bags. We got Wookie in the house. He's nice and early. Come on, ETH. Time to fly. Yeah, ETH looking good there. Tom Lee going to do lots of interviews lately, and I saw one with Raoul Paul as well. So yeah, it's on the move. Wookie on the move. We saw yesterday. We looked at the ETH on exchanges, and it had gone down since the strategic ETH reserves have been buying from over 20 million ETH on exchanges down to just above 16 point. I think it was about 16.2 million. So it's gone down about 4 million Ethereum over the buying period, which is crazy, right? Crazy. That's got to have an impact over time. Got to have an impact for sure. So really cool. We're going to get into it. Should we go to stocks first? Let's do it and kick it off. Let's kick it off with the stock market for Monday, right? Monday's results. So let's see how we go. What day is it today? Tuesday. For some reason, I thought it was Wednesday. Today. That's crazy, guys. That's crazy. Let us jump into. We are in the future, but we're not that far in the future. So let's have a look here. We're going to go to the stock market and check that out. Let's go. So we've got the stock market today. S&P 500 hits another closing record as AMD leads a tech rally. So that's cool. We got Dow Jones down slightly though. Funny enough. 0.14%, 63 points to 46,694. S&P 500 though is up 30%, 24 points to 6,740. So new high it says. So that's cool. They were just off a little bit off the high there, but pretty close to it. On the day we had early in the day, we closed slightly below the intraday high. But new high nevertheless. Nasdaq as well is up 0.7%, so a really good move. 161 points there to 22,941. So looking pretty good there for the old Nasdaq. So if we go to max chart, we can see that they're all at records here pretty much. So fantastic. Now the dollar at the moment 97.8 versus the trading partners. And West Texas crude oil per barrel, $61.68, down slightly. Brent oil at $65.50, pretty flat from the looks of it, whether it was even trading. And then we got gold at the moment. Oh, man, look at that gold. Woo! All-time highs. Look at that. Look at that thing. Let's do the last week. All-time highs, guys, for gold. It is about to hit 4,000. It is at $3,987 per ounce. Is everyone going to go out in their backyard and start digging up the dirt? Well, if you're in Australia, that might work for you. If you're in Australia, maybe you're in Canada, it might work for you in Canada. Pretty good chance of that. We've got Property View in the house there. Big shout out. Good to see Property View. You never know. You might find yourself a little 7-ounce nugget or something like that. You just never know. I saw one on YouTube just the other day. They were just doing a demonstration on YouTube, and then suddenly the guy recognized that he had a 7-ounce nugget of gold worth about $40,000, $45,000 or something like that. But now it's worth more because the price has just gone up, and it's gold's about hit 4,000. Crazy. Silver at the moment $48.35, which means that must be at the record levels. So it hasn't quite taken out, I don't think, the all-time, but it's got to be pretty damn close to it because that was 2011. Remember that, May? Let's see if we can find that price off the top of our head. So $38.31. $48, sorry. What is it? 38, 48. I'm not sure why that's not showing up exactly right, but let me scroll there. Yeah, it's not quite hitting the mark. But anyway, we're pretty much, you can see in the chart, they were pretty much around that all-time high for silver. So silver, I think, is about to go $50, and then that's definitely a new record. So silver on the move. So if you got a bag of silver, congratulations. You got a bag of gold, congratulations. So that is where we are on the commodities. So records on the move. Now, yeah, so I think that's pretty much it, unless I'm just quickly looking through the data here. No, I think that's it. AMD soars on power tech following agreement with OpenAI. So more around, chips and AI. That is pretty much it. Let me quickly go to the Fed rate monitor and see what the interest rate cut expectation is now. We've got 3 weeks and just under 2 days to go. And so far, we've got 98.5% expecting a 25 basis point cut in October. That looks pretty confidently booked in right now. December, another 25 rate cut at 82%. So kind of cool. What is next year? January. January is got a third of the market expecting 25 basis points, which would get us to 3.5. We're currently at 4.25, right? So that is it on the old stock market. To kick it off, we're going to get straight into crypto, and we're going to, we're not doing as much on crypto today, but we will be looking at some pretty big acquisitions disclosures from Bitmine emission. So we'll be covering that. So let's do that now. So total crypto market, 4.38 trillion, up 2.1%. Pretty good day in the office for crypto. We've got 19,079 coins. Looking at Bitcoin right now, 125,000, and we've got up 1.3%. But Ethereum making a decent move overnight, up 3.8% at just below 4,700. XRP at number 3 is up 1%, $3, and we've got BNB at number 5 is up 5.3%. Really powering is the old BNB. And that's at $1,223. So BNB on the march, 5.4%. Pretty amazing. Now, just looking at the XRP market cap is 179.3 billion, and BNB is at 171. So there's an $8.3 billion gap now between BNB and XRP. So keep a lookout for that. The way that BNB is racing. Solana right now is at number 6, up 2.6%, $234. We've got Doge there at number 8, up 6.2% at just below 27 cents. And then we've got number 10 is Tron, up 1.6% at 34.6 cents. And then Cardano ADA there is actually closing the gap, guys. ADA is closing the gap, up 4.7% today, a big move, 87.6 cents, and it is only about $770 million behind. Only $770 million behind. That is pretty cool. It's about the amount of the PulseChain sacrifice price. So probably a bit higher than that now, actually. So that's the top 10. Best performer over the last 24 hours has to be Dogecoin, up 6.1%. But otherwise, a nice little building of support there for the majors. Moving to the top over the last week, the best performer is clearly BNB, up 19.3%. Not bad. But, Doge had a good day, up 12.6%. And Ethereum there up 11.1%. So some good moves there. Top 100, the best one of Zcash, of course, been performing pretty well, up 126% at number 63. Is the best performer in the top 100. Mincore at number 50, up 28%. $2.17. Mantle there, up 23%. $2.41 at sitting at spot number 31 overall. Aptos at number 49 is the fourth best performer, up 23%. And that's pretty awesome there. So those are the top 5 there, along with Wrap BNB, up 19%. So that is the top 100. Top 1,000, we got Chain Opera AI. So we've got another AI one there. We've got Atom 1, and we've got Creep at the moment. Those are our top ones in the top 1,000 as well. We're not going to go through those today, but those are the ones on the move. Trending right now, Bitcoin, SX Network, and Pudgy Penguins. And we all know that Tom Lee loves Pudgy Penguins. I think I even saw Nick from Crypto Paradise talking about picking up Pudgy Penguins. So maybe he's onto something there. Maybe he's onto something like usual. Nick's pretty good at picking off the moves. And so there we go. That is crypto right now, 4.38 trillion. And the big news, of course, around Ethereum is that we got another big disclosure from Bitmine emission, right? So Bitmine emission picked up another 179,300 Ethereum. That's over the last week. So that's their disclosure for the 4th of October. And they've been consistent. Look at that. They are dominating the acquisition. So, there's the other ones have sort of dropped off for a while. Have you noticed? I'm sure some of them will be back. But Bitmine Emission has been backing its words. We love organizations. It's just part of what builds confidence too. someone does what they say, right? Does what they say, and that's what we see with Bit9 Immersion, the 178. So they are now at 2.83 million ETH that they've acquired now, making them obviously number one still. But they're now at 47% of their target. Their target is 6 million coins. So they've now got 2.83 million, currently worth 13.26 billion, and the price of ETH is starting to move higher, right? So it's pretty cool. Looking at the acquisition chart, we can see that they're continuing to separate. So it's pretty awesome. We got the ETFs in blue down there. They've obviously still been growing as well, but really it's starting breaking away there a little bit with the ETH acquisition firms there, and it's been pretty solid. So what else we can say about that? I think that's it. SharpLink Gaming. We haven't seen any pictures from them or any of the others really recently. So that's something to note. But we are expecting things from Nexus, and SharpLink has talked about increasing their purchase from 1 million up to 6 million as well. They're after 5% as well. So keep a lookout on SharpLink there. And no doubt we'll look to see their purchases coming up. So, the market's going to move and it's going to start running away on the old ETH there, because these guys are after millions and millions of coins. Pretty awesome. Now, before we end out of there, we got PulseChain SAC is currently worth $780 million. So we're well over $750 million now, heading towards that $1 billion mark. It's going to be fun to get there. Just having a look to see if there's any new acquisitions. No, we've still got Cosmos Health at the bottom there, still pending. But that's pretty much it. So good news there with the old ETH acquisitions, and that is our crypto coverage. For the majors anyway, And we got Wookie says Bit9 Immersion. They're helping to pump not only your Ethereum bags, but also altcoin, bring on altcoin season, and pump the PulseChain SAC, and and it's a few more ands. We got Tom right in the houses. Hello there. Good to see you, Tom. Big shout out. Welcome to the chat. Now, if you guys are new, of course, to the Crypto Night Show, one of the two big daily shows on PulseChain, the other one being Crypto Paradise, of course, then don't forget to smash the subscribe button on YouTube. We're streaming to 3 YouTube channels, the Crypto Night Show, Superman Crypto, and PulseChain X. So don't forget to subscribe there. And if you're on X, don't forget to smash the follow as well. And of course, if you're on X, don't forget to repost the show. That's all it takes, just a moment of your time. So repost out there, and let's get building. It's going to be a bullish Q4. We can feel it, we can see it, we can smell it, we can sense it. It is happening, and so it's kind of cool. We're in October as well, so that's kind of the way the magic lies. So that is kind of cool. So let's get to the big news of the day, and you guys know what it is. Should we do the drum roll? I think we should. The drum roll then. Let's do it. But all right, let's go. All right, so Jack Levin, well known as the vampire, there. He has launched X1, and so it's very exciting. So we're going to go through a little bit of information. I've only had a little time to check on things, but I don't think there's too much out there at the moment. But X1 has essentially launched. So we're going to talk about that. So 2 hours ago, Explorer mainnet.x1.xyz X1 mainnet release candidate has been launched. Congrats, everybody. So there we are. That is the launch of X1. And we're going to talk what it means. What does it mean by release candidate? I think we've got a little bit of Blue's Clues on that from Zenpub, which is pretty much the main informational site for X1 ecosystem. So we're going to go through that. But X1 mainnet release candidate has been launched. Congrats to everybody. And 2 hours had 7,000 views so far, so it's a pretty good run rate. We're going to see how that goes over the 24-hour period. Should be pretty good. So that's probably 100,000 views by that time, right? So that's pretty cool. We got a lot of people. Congratulations, Jack and Tim. X1 Galaxy is online, so there's obviously other protocols that will be launching on X1 once it's all up and running. Is online and now displaying mainnet metrics. So there we go. So expect bugs initially. We're going to drag that low over here, and we'll have a look at that in a minute. But so everyone's pretty happy about that, and it's been a long time coming. Burn Zen says, I'm ready. When Moon Party, token allocation. Obviously, everyone's after the tokens and to turn not only the chain on, but to get the economy going, right? That's what people are keen on. Value creation, right? That's crypto. People love the tech, like Fast Abdul, but they also like the economy, the pump bags, and they have some economic activity, financial products, DeFi, etc. on the protocol. So everyone's pretty happy about that. You can see it's kind of cool. We've got a few little, a lot of people clapping there. So we've got a pretty positive team in there as well. So yeah, we've got lots of people pretty happy there. We've got a few people critical, of course, and it's up to them, and so on. So yeah. So got lots of cool people pretty much happy about that. So giving them lots of likes. So there we go. That's a celebration time. Jack Levin has launched X1 along with Sun Tzu and the team. So we mustn't forget the other. I think there's a couple of devs in the team, including Sun Tzu, and a very popular fellow indeed. Augie says, who would have thunk X1? Yeah, X1 is live. So this is a fork of Solana, essentially, with all the new technology, bells and whistles on it. And it will interact with Solana quite a bit like a vampire, a little bit on the old Solana. So there we go. That is pretty cool. There will be probably quite a few PulseChains involved around X1. They're well versed with Jack Levin and X1, so that's true too. And also a lot of people that done Zen, right? So X1 is essentially live, but what it's called an X1 mainnet release candidate. So let's move on from there and let's see what that might mean. So we've got a few little blues clues here from ZenPub. It says this is a mainnet release candidate, and it says unless we have major failure, this cluster will officially become mainnet as soon as critical mass of validators join. Now we saw on testnet yesterday. It was well over 500, I think it was. Validators, 520 plus. May have been more by the time they launched the mainnet. They also had a snapshot, right? So snapshot of validators that were existing at the time, and that was part of the reward system. We've gone through that, I think, yesterday or the day before. But that's pretty cool. Now, there's obviously a lot of details in here, entry points and things like that, validators, stuff here, ports and all sorts of terminology for validators. But that is pretty much it. So ZenPub says, congratulations to Zenians. The wait is over. The X1 mainnet is officially live. It's been a long journey, but we've made it onwards and upwards. And so that was pretty cool there and showing a snapshot there from Jack Levin. Kind of cool. So that is there for that. And I don't know, do we have anything else from ZenPubs? ZenPub's the main informational site. These guys are fantastic. They do so much good stuff. And it is live. So there we go. The other big thing is, of course, this is the validator on mainnet. This is not testnet. We've been showing testnet up to this point. But now we've got validators, guys, and it looks like we've got 161 nodes. So remember that on testnet it was 520 plus. So those are validators, and I think we've got, so they're going to ramp up. It's only been 2 hours, right? So they're going to ramp up over the next 24, 48 hours. And so we'll see how many come online there that were, got the snapshot for the rewards. Should see, a similar number to come online there. Maybe slightly smaller, possibly, but that is pretty much it. So X1 is live, and this is I guess the UI view of this, and it's pretty awesome. You can see all the validators down the bottom here. Pretty cool, and they're earning real XNT coins, right? That's the main coin. It's the fee coin, so just like ETH and a PLS for Ethereum and PulseChain, or and Sol for Solana. This is earning XNT. Which is pretty cool. And we can see the credits here for the payment system. We've got the epochs and all-time points, I guess, credit points here. And we can see the top one here has got 575,000 at the moment. What else? We've got the active staking. So the active staking here already got, how much there? 234 million coins. Pretty cool. Now, there is about a third of the expected coins for XNT have been allocated part of that reward system, but only a small amount. What was it? 10%, I think, was unlocked, something like that. Some unlocking, something like that. So yeah, they've got all the different country flags down there. The epochs, of course, everyone's familiar with blockchain terminology, epochs, and that is pretty cool. So now the TPS, the transactions per second, is hyper fast, guys, and we're talking big numbers. And I'm not sure if it has it showing on here. They got block producers 54 there. I just wondered whether they had there. They got the slots up here, etc. So anyway, that is it running at the moment on on the X1. So I'm going to share this so you guys can check out the visuals there. Be a bit nosy if you want. Be a bit nosy, but that is pretty cool. So congratulations to X1 team. It has obviously a lot of work goes into this, and so yeah, that is where it is right now. Let's go into the other side of it, and this is the link that Jack Levin provided in his post, and that is to the Block Explorer, right? So it's just this is just the early stages of the Block Explorer, no doubt, but this is showing the circulating supply at 1 billion tokens, 100% is circulating, and the active stake amount apparently is 375. 0.6 million. So presumably that's all validators. So that is pretty much it. What else we got? Now there will be presumably later on once X1 is well and truly launched, and this mainnet release is confirmed with the validators, which I don't see why it wouldn't. Then they'll have Zen, the Zen bird parties and things like that coming later down the piece. Now the timing is, I think it's going to be a little bit down the road, so we'll see how that goes. But Zen itself is, pumped a little bit over the last 2 days on the news from the bottom. So we'll see how that goes. And so yeah, there it is. So cluster stats. We also got the validators, just like we saw with that other UI for X1 Val. We've also got this one here with the validators sitting in here as well. It tells you how much active XNT, which is the main feed coin, remember. So the top one here apparently has got 12.8 million of that supply. Remember what we say, how much supply was there? 375 million has been allocated so far. So the rest is still yet to come to make up that 1 billion. So it's a long time coming. And at the moment, 12.8 million's in this first validator. I'm not sure whether all the validators, we obviously only got, what we say, about 160 validators online at this stage from the looks of it. And so that's got to ramp up to maybe 500 or so. We'll see. I'm not sure what the critical amount is, but that is pretty cool. We got Master of the X1, up 8 million coins there. So you can sort of see some of the bigger players, I guess. ZenPub. So ZenPub was the information site that we just looked at. You can stake through them, by the way. So you don't need to be a direct validator running your own servers. You can stake through these other protocols. Some of them anyway. So this got 5.5 million. They got 2.5% of the supply. So they're going to be pretty well anchored in the ecosystem. And actually, we've got, what do we got there? Votes, amount of votes, last epoch, block production. They got that too. Assigned, so it looks like they got 1,800 blocks there with a skip rate of 0.4%. So that's pretty cool. So looking good there. ZenPub had 788 blocks from the looks of it, 63% skipping. We've got X1 Labs as well. And we've got a couple of X1 Labs. I think I'm not sure if that's all the official labs. So the X1 Labs is X1 development team. And they got Jack Ryzen as well, which I think might be Jack's official one. But that's got 5 million coins in there. So that is pretty much where we are. Now, I'm looking forward to XDEX and others that will be probably down there somewhere. Maybe quite far down. But that's going to be pretty cool. So that is where we are right there. So we've got the supply as well. Let's have a look here. So overall supply, 1 billion coins, or just over 1 billion at the moment. We've got an inspector as well. What else there? Pace raw. So there we are. We've got CLI there. We got X1 network at the top there. Isn't that cool? So that's kind of neat there. We've obviously got the testnet there as well and a custom URL. So not bad. So that is where we are on the old X1. And so yeah, hopefully that's a little bit of blue clues. First fork of Solana, as far as I'm aware, but it's got all the latest technology, bells and whistles. So as it obviously has to get to a certain point. So we're going to talk about that in a minute. But essentially, as I understand it, with the release node, it has to get a certain amount of validators operating sort of smoothly or something. I'm not sure the true technical crossover point. But in all stead, this should be the mainnet and being supported. And so therefore, it's basically alive. So it's pretty neat with the old X1 there. Now, I just want to look at this is the other one that we saw with Galaxy. They got their own view of the official block explorer. And you can see they got the slots in there as well. We're going to have a quick look through this. And that's called Galaxy. So yeah, they got total value of the data here, slightly less number here, 105, active 99, skip rate there, total staked 376. That's the same as what we saw on the other site. Pretty cool. They've got some validated pictures there as well. They got the slight height being 41,144. It's going up pretty quick. 1.3 million transactions so far, apparently, on the old the new X1 mainnet. And so forth. What else we got there? So yeah, so X1 Gladiator node, they got 131,000. You can actually stake through them. Connect wallet to stake, and select your wallet and stake your XNT coins, etc. So there we go at the moment. So it'll mostly be validators from what I can tell, but that is all the validators there. So kind of cool. That is X1. That is X1. We did it. We did it live. So that's as I find out more information, we'll cover more deeply. This is just a quick overview and the amount of time I've had to check it, but that's kind of cool. So X1 is alive. We'll keep a lookout for all that stuff. So it's going to ramp up the whole ecosystem now that the chain is up. You've got to do the usual validator ramp ups and all that good stuff, and then people can once that's all live, they can start launching their DeFi protocols on it, like XDEX and others. And DGen, the token launchers and other stuff like that, will be able to build the ecosystem out pretty cool. And they're going to be a lot of the big, essentially dual systems, because a lot of them will be participating on Solana too. And the idea of bringing a lot of that capital into X1 from Solana. And Solana X1's technically superior. I think the transactions are huge, like 22,000 per second or something like that. It's massive. I thought I had a copy of that, but I don't see it here. But that is pretty cool. So that is X1, and like I say, we'll get more information overnight. We'll talk about it tomorrow. Big welcome to X-Fader. Thanks for the repost too. If you guys haven't reposted, don't forget to smash out the show there. Bam, bam. All right, let's jump over to Richard Hart, shall we? Richard Hart has been on the move. Yesterday we covered Richard Hart, and he's been busy today as well. So let's get to that. All right, so what do we have here? 5 hours ago, we had some more comments. So Richard Hart there said scan.pulsechain.com. So scan.pulsechain.com. So the Explorer there. Go test it, he says. What works better now than it used to? And what would you like to see improve next? If you post anything off topic, you get blocked. So just be careful out there. But that is from Richard, so I'm going to repost that. He also followed up there with, I really have to ask. Some of you guys are posting dumbass BS entirely related to the Block Explorer, and of course, for some reason, don't understand that's off topic. And there's lots of you. So you are, what's it? So are you just actually stupid, or can't you read or like? And can you explain the thought process by which you warned about getting blocked and post the exact content that should get you blocked? Are you dumb or trolling, or what exactly is your malfunction there? That's pretty funny. All right, so that is from Richard, and so he's after good feedback there on the Block Explorer. Now, you guys know he just recently gave us 3 big updates, so that was pretty cool. So definitely got to go and give some feedback on there. We saw that in the monster thread, right? Which we might look at the end, actually. Now I'm thinking about it. The other big one he did was 4 hours ago. He says, I asked about suggestions for the Block Explorer. I got some suggestions about streaming, PulseX farming, building new stuff, and every imaginable thing having absolutely nothing to do with the Block Explorer. It's like you all just ain't got no ability to read words and understand them. Feels bad blocking the innumerate and illiterate that are just trying in their feeble way to help. So here's a thread where all your fabulous suggestions could be more on topic. I'll start for you. Stream, buy your bags, implement every good thing you'll ever seen anything else in your life. Start several new, very hard things. Fix governments and start a country. To remember, if I don't like what you write, you'll get le block. You'll get le block there for that one. So that's Maddie Allen's in there on pulsechain.com. So you got to hopefully get some feedback in there. So there we go. That is some of the replies there. So Richard Hart there looking for some feedback about some of the updates recently, which is kind of cool. He also had something about 369 routerscan.io, worth having or no. Why? So he's got some comments in there. PulseChain Stat says yes, we can contact them about a small decimal issue they had. They have announced that they're going to begin building their support out for PulseChain and more now since. So it's kind of cool. There's 369.router scan. Have a quick look at that. So there it is, PulseChain Explorer. So cool. They also have dark mode. There's dark mode there. So we might as well save that to our favorites as well. All right, so that is kind of cool. That is from Richard. Get rid of that first. So that is from Richard there, and so on. So that is, I think that's it. Yeah, that's it. So yeah, Richard's been pretty busy posting in the last couple of days. This is a really great sign, guys. Really great sign. Yeah, we had gold polls released, right? Gold polls for the validators, the block exchange, block explorer, sorry, blockchain for PulseChain, and then we had the block explorer. It's been pretty good. And we had a third one too, yeah. The Block Explorer there. That's one he's after some feedback. And we had the PulseChain Bridge update as well. So 3 updates there from Richard. And he's after some feedback today. So there we go. That is Richard. Help him out. Give some feedback. You got any feedback? Additions, changes, errors, those are the things, I guess. That is the mark. So not bad. Now let's get into PulseChain results. And we can see at the moment. Have we got any more comments in the chat? No, we're good. We're good. We got GoPulse. So GoPulse at the moment, day 878 since PulseChain launched. So that was on the 30th of May 2023. We got PulseChain right now down 3.3% at quadruple 0327. And we got PulseX at the moment at quadruple 0211, down 0.44%. Buy and burn sitting up at 7.84%. So it's gone up slightly. 7.84% of the PulseX has been bought up and burned. Inc right now, $1.31 down, is actually up 1.5%. So that's good news. And we got Hex there. PHEX is actually down pretty dramatically, 5.99% at 73, just below 7400th of a cent. So a cent. So let's just say 0.75%, just below that. EHEX at the moment is actually up. So BankX, of course, is out. I don't know if you guys knew, but they're completely out overnight. And so now BankX is out, and EHEX has actually gone up. So it's gone from 2800th of a penny to 0.3 of a penny here. I'm not sure what it was doing overnight, but that is where it is now. Combined price EX and PX is at 1.03 cents right now. And I'm sure we must have had some larger accounts selling overnight because PulseChain market looks a bit down. So not sure whether that big whale from last week with the PulseX sell down, started $1 million of Pulse. I'm not sure whether they've been selling down, but it's down a little bit there. I haven't had a chance to do any scans on that. That is where we are right now. Maybe Crypto Solve might have something like that. We'll have a check out. But that is where we are on the mark there. So still discount, still DCA for the win there. We got the beats at 644,000, so pretty low. 8 tenths of a penny, I should say, for a PulseX swap. We've got validators right now, 53,039, so it's gone up. This first time we've seen a decent move, and it's gone up about maybe about 60 or 70 validators overnight. So that is pretty cool. That is pretty cool. What else? The bridge right now is sitting at 115,137,000. How can that be? Well, EX, right? EX has gone up to 0.3 of a penny, and that is the number one there, $29.2 million right now. $29.2 million on the old EX. So that's looking pretty good. That is the bridge. And of course, we did briefly look at the treasury. PulseChain SAC right now up at 24.3%, $152.7 million. Woohoo! We'll take that. And of course, it is now at almost $781 million. So we're over $750 million. Let's see if we can head towards that 1 billion in a few weeks. Keep a lookout. Could happen in a week. Who knows? It could happen. Crypto moves pretty fast sometimes. So that's kind of cool. That is where we are right now on the overall markets there. Let's jump over to the markets itself. So we've got the 24-hour volume at 25.5 million, which is pretty high. So it must have had some big accounts there. And we've also been having OG WebShift's been operating a bit bigger, isn't it? So we'll talk about that. But at the moment, we've got ALGO, the HEX derivative there, is up 16.4%. So that's sitting at 1/10 of a penny. It's kind of cool. We've got the world's greatest PDI printer there from OG WebShift, up 9.4%. We're going to have a quick look at that, actually. The volume going through there, 343K. So definitely, you can see the volume lifted up here. So they've definitely changed their algorithm there, and things are starting to move on the world's greatest PDI printer. So I don't know what PDI is doing right now. Should we have a go look at that? PulseCoin list. PulseCoin. PulseCoin list. PulseCoin list. I don't know. I don't know why I've got all this weird. What the hell? What the hell's going on here? What the heck? All right, so we got PDI. What the heck? It's still not doing right there. I've got to find. Always forget which one it is. Which one I've got to reset here. We've got PDI here. So PDI at the moment, it's down 23%. Oh my god, I didn't realize it was down so hard. I hadn't looked at it for a couple of days. That is down 23%, 4% today. So PDI sitting at 3200th of a penny, which means that USDC is about half, so 1700 of a penny, also down 24%. There we go. That is the mark right now on the old PulseCoinist for PDI. I should have looked at Rat Bitcoin while I was there. We're at $10.50 right now for the old world's greatest PDI printer. Devcoin has been around for over a month. That's up 7% right now. SolidX, the pump tires version. This is the one. So it's not the official one. The official one's yellow here down the bottom. But number 5 is SolidX in green. That's up 7% today. Have a little rebound, and we can see the X game has gone down. So X game has gone down a little bit, and it hasn't launched yet, but it's getting pretty close. I do have some information that on that. Should I pull it up? Let me pull it up. We haven't got it there yet, but we will do it. UFO right now is up 5.8%. We're going to talk about that. So UFO is up 5.8%. So that's kind of cool for the PDC group. What else there? We got DAO token right now up 4.7%. I see that PulseChain altcoin talk's got a few questions. So I'll get to that in a minute because we've kind of gone through the X1 section. We're now on PulseChain. So just focusing on PulseChain at the moment. 4.7% up right now is at 5800th of a penny. SolidX is making a bit of a comeback, and we thought this might seesaw, right? So SolidX to X game, obviously a lot of capital flow, and capital flow back into SolidX probably happened with the staking and everything else. So that's probably what we're going to expect to see happen there. We've got a little bit of a move here today, just a tiny one, 4%, back over $5 on the old SolidX. Let's have a look at the bigger pool, 1 million. Now, obviously some controversy about this being a 9-inch pool. It's kind of holding up 9-inch exchange, the old SolidX. So I'm not sure whether he's going to move this to PulseX or something, which I thought it would be. I would have thought it would have been on PulseX. But anyway, this is where it is right now, $5. Yeah, that said, this is the last couple of days. So let's have a look at the RSI here. We're on the 4-hourly, and we were kind of moving sideways here. Look at that, see? And we had an all pump in there, and it just come back a little bit here. We're currently at $5, but we did get up to $5.43 earlier in the day. In fact, only a couple hours ago. Yeah, just a couple of hours ago, 4 hours ago, we got up to $5.40, and the RSI was coming off the bottom there. Let's go for the daily. Yeah, daily well oversold on SolidX, down at 24. So a nice little buy signal around here. And that's some of the play. Obviously not financial advice, but that's just some of the logic there. Waiting for X game is getting pretty close to launch. Now I did have a little bit alpha around it. I don't want to give too much away, but I'll give it a little bit away. If you want to get into Strategy Club, links in the video description, guys. Get in there. All right, so yeah, we've got remember they were doing some final testing. Well, that's sort of in play right now from final testing there for X game. That's as much as I'm going to say. That is where we are right now, $5.03. If you want to find out more, I'm going to do an update on X game in the Strategy Club today. So you want to get in there probably just after the live stream, actually. Let's get in there. All right, so that's the play. So what else we got going? We got DAO token, of course. We talked about that, up 2%. PulseX incentive token up about 1.3% right now. Staked ETH there up 0.5%, number 20. We've got liquid loans, just pretty flat, I guess. And then surgical trainers, which was out over 6 months ago. That's pretty flat as well. Everything else is in the red there, So right down the bottom there. And I think we've got Sun Mini Meal sitting at 4.2 cents. PGC the Greys sitting at 000 2400. So it hasn't really recovered yet, has it? We see PulseChain is down. But let's have a look at that chart there. Still holding up. I mean, obviously since the beginning, it's up massively still. But, it's been holding the support around 000 24. So if you're feeling confident about that, it might have a chance for an upside. It's not fully oversold. It's at 40. That could still drift down a little bit. We'll see. But it has been, holding around this 2400. Does have kind of decent support there. PC the Greys. It's on the weekly chart. What else? We've got Bria here. Bria meme waiting for Coinwell and Coinaki. Could be launching anytime this quarter. Presumably on the first half of the quarter. Keep a look out for that. Unity, of course, keeps adjusting for the volume coming out. So Unity is from Cryptographics. Now, we are expecting this because we're in phase 2, right? So I have these 4 phases. And phase 2 means that the price will adjust with the volume coming out. So that's where, that's why we're waiting for that sort of phase. We're about 48 days, 49 days through, something like that. and so we're just waiting for that to play its rollout up to day like 89 or so. So that's kind of the end of phase 2 from my point of view. So we'll see the price adjust, just like we saw with Taurus down at 11 cents or so. So that is Unity, $1.02. Hex, of course, sitting down here at 3/4 of a penny. Someone must have sold some of that down. I just haven't managed to see it. So I'll have to check that out after the live stream. Then we got a lot of our meme coins and everything else down here. X game down here at it's still down 16, 17%, but still, still holding up not too bad at 2 cents, which has been pretty amazing performer. Bounced off 1.8 cents here, so there's a little bit of waning there, but it is being tested right now. Final testing for X game before it goes live. So we're looking for that. It's going to be a big deal. So that is pretty much it on the old PulseChain. We got a chance to go back and have a look at that. What's the RPC for X1? I haven't even had a chance to look PulseChain out, but I did have that on the link there. So might have to go to ZenPub or something. So ZenPub there. I'm not sure if Jack Levin's got it out actually. X1.xyz should be on there, I would have thought. X1.xyz. And you also got what wallet are you using for X1? Well, I can answer that second question pretty fast. Let me see. I might be able to answer the first one too. Mainly RPC. Yeah, it's not listed on the website. They've got a spot for it, but we'll have that. And let's see if I can find that actually. X there. All right, so testnet is halted for everybody else, especially for XDEX. But the RPC for mainnet something. Let me see if I can pull it up. I don't know if I'll have a chance to do that, but let's have a look at the Explorer. That's testnet, isn't it? That's not after testnet there. So I think that it's on the main website that I showed you. Just trying to find it here. PC on it. No, I can't see it straight off the bat. I'll have to keep looking at it. I don't want to spend the whole time looking for it, but it should be here somewhere. Yeah, I haven't got the validator set up. It's not on the official website. It does have the mainnet there, but doesn't have the actual breakdown of the link on there. Yeah, it doesn't show the link here. And maybe it's on XDEX, which I haven't got open at the moment. But the second part, what wallet are you using? Well, that's on another. I'll have to go somewhere else for that just a moment. So I'm using, and I think been recommended is Backpack. So Backpack's got a red backpack. So Backpack for the wallets. So that would be perfectly good. So Backpack, and that's what we're using for XDEX on there. And the RPC, I'm not sure if that's up there. Let me see if I can. Yeah, I can't see it's not on the official website. So the official website is x1.xyz. But it doesn't have the link to it. So they haven't updated it yet from the looks of it. If I go to documentation and resources, I mean, it's got extra stuff in there, but you could go to there and have a look. And then maybe ZenPub has it as well. I just don't think they've updated it because I think if they were around, I don't know if it's on X1 Val either. So we'll have a quick look there, but I don't know if it's on there either. Mainnet. See if it's on X1 itself. Oh, it's on Telegram. Yeah, I've got to get on there. So let me join. You might have to join the Telegram there. Might have it linked at the top. I have to do some capture thing. All right. So yeah, you might have to do a bit of homework there. That's all I'm going to say. They do have some stuff here, but I've got to go through it. I don't know if they've got it pinned to the top here. Has it got it pinned at the top? So look. They got the testnet one there. That's not very helpful, but you might have to go and check the socials on Telegram. That's probably the place for X1. What am I doing on my studio? You can't even see the screen. So there we go. All right, let's jump over to that. Yeah, I went to all the logical places, the quick places, but I can't see them there on any of those. You might have to start there. I'll just, I've already posted the link at the top there, but let me post this one maybe, not that one. I don't see. I'm just trying to look at the links there. I can't see any links to that. So you might have to go through the documents or something like that and find it. So I'll give you the link there. You can go check that out. That's a good starting point, and get into Telegram. They'll be able to give it to you in Telegram. There we go. Bam. All right. I think that's it for the moment. All right. So where else were we going? We were going. I think that was it, pretty much. Now, apparently, there's going to be a tournament for Gladiator Games midweek. Just a quick tournament. It's going to be lasting 2 hours. So if you want to battle in for that, get in there. I think that's on as well. So it's definitely something you want to check out. It's the old Gladiator Games. It's starting to really ramp up. And I think they got a game on. I saw it in here earlier. Let me just quickly check here. I saw it earlier. Let me find it here. So let me see. Welcome. Yeah, I thought there was there's something. You have to go to Telegram as well. Oh boy. What else? Yeah, there's going to be. I don't see the message here, but on Gladiator Games there will be a midweek tournament. I think maybe starting in the next 24 hours. So you want to check that out in Gladiator Games. But we'll be covered. We've got tournament number 5 coming up this weekend. We're expecting the prizes to be well over $800, maybe over $1,000. So we'll keep a check out for that. Whatever it is, it's growing in size. So it's going to be pretty awesome for Gladiator Games. So if you haven't checked it out, definitely do that. And I think that's it. For the news. Let me just quickly go to Gladiator Games and quickly check. Yeah, so X Game is in the final testing. We're waiting for that to launch. Gladiator Games is well and truly alive, and midweek tournaments. So gaming is really starting to ramp up on the old PulseChain. I'm just trying to find it here. So midweek tournament there. Yeah, I've got Gladiator Games in here right now. That's the link to the midweek tournament. But I actually have the site now, so we're going to go to that too. Thanks for posting that, Gladiator Games. But here he is. Yeah, so we got. Can you see that? I think you guys can. We got cool animations. So good work on the animations there, Jason. And of course we got new midweek mini tournament called Mini Tournament. There starts tomorrow 7 p.m. CST time. Runs for 2 hours only. Prize pool is $50. And it's going to be fast, sweaty, and bragging right battles. Short, sharp, savage are you in? So there we go. And that's 300,000 gold, 300,000 pulse to get into that. There we go. So that is the link there. And Jason has kindly posted them in the chat there, which is pretty nice. I'm not sure which one this one is, 906. So that's the link to the one that I'm showing right now. That second link. Pretty cool. I've got some cool stuff happening in there. So that is from Gladiator Games. So we're excited about where Gladiator Games is going, of course. And look at that animation. That's fantastic. Well done on that. And kind of cool. So what do we have? The smoke is clearing from the arena. And I think this is the second one, right? This is the second post. So we're going to look at that too. So the second post is for this coming weekend. So the main tournament in the weekend. The smoke is clearing from the arena. The crowd is still roaring, guys. This was the most epic tournament yet. And of course, the Gladiator Games army is growing next weekend. Okay. Whoa. So I said $805 and I've sort of been indicating, over 1,000, and I sort of tapered that down to over 800. But apparently it's going to be over $1,400 in prizes, guys, up from $800 in Tournament 4. So Tournament 5 is going to be over $1,400 in prizes. Isn't that awesome? So that is coming up. I said this game's getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and that's pretty awesome. So let's do the run rate on that, because I love doing run rates. If we're on it every weekend, I'm not sure if it'll always be $1,400 every weekend, but if it was, then that's a pretty dramatic run rate of $72,800 in cash prizes during the year. That'd be pretty crazy. So yeah, maybe it grows from here too. I mean, that's insane. So there's nothing like it on PulseChain right now. So pretty cool. Yeah, Gladiator Games says this is both tournaments. So yep, awesome stuff. That's fantastic. We've got Fast Abdul in the house. I'm here for the tech and for the gaming. You're here for the gaming now too, because we're talking about gaming with Gladiator Games. So yeah, over $1,400 in prizes this weekend, guys. This is a massive jump from 800. The last couple of weeks have been amazing at 650, 750. Now we've got $1,400. So, Gladiator Games is the place to be if you want to earn some nice crypto stuff. Get into Telegram too. I do strongly recommend that because you're going to get a lot of the tips and tricks, and there's a lot of upgrades happening on the website about helping people get to play the game, as well as all new features coming up as well. So it's really exciting. This game's just continuing to innovate. Rome token I bought with game revenue as well. So remember that. So game revenue is going to pump up the Rome token, and that's pretty cool, and paid out in Rome. So it's kind of the general trend, let's say. So it's going to help. Will you rise to the Coliseum next weekend? Bring your A game. The competition is fierce. And so what I suggest to you, if you're new to the game, get in now early and build up your Rome player during the week there as well. Kind of cool. Rabby, I think Rabby Wallet's a sort of a general wallet. Do you use a custom wallet with X1? I told you the answer there earlier, which was the one. Well, I saw the red bag, or whatever we called it. What's it called? Backpack. A backpack it is. That's the one I've been using for XTX backpacks. Right, that's cool. All right, so that is pretty neat there from the team. And so Gladiator Games on the move there, and that's the prizes. Oh man, look at the prizes here. So $1,360 for Generation 2 Gladiators. That's pretty awesome. And there's Generation 1 Gladiators. That's $30. If you're just new and you just want to play a little bit, then can do Generation 1 if you want to get in. $1,360 for the main prize. First place is $400. Wow, that's awesome. I know somebody. I know 2 or 3 people actually be after that. Second place is $300. Wow. Third place $200. Fourth and fifth place is $100, guys. And sixth to ninth place is $50. 10th to 15th place is $10. And 16 to 25 place is legendary gear. Man, this game keeps ramping up. Remember last week it was 20 winners, and then before that it was 10 winners. Now it's 25 winners, guys. So, with success breeds more success, right? So get in there, folks, and start playing today. If you want to earn some crypto, get in there and become a guru, become an ultimate gladiator, because the prices are getting just almost doubled, basically, haven't they? Almost, not quite, but getting up there. Glad. Awesome. Yeah, so looking good, guys. Looking good. So that is pretty much it. Let me post. You got the links in the chat there, so you can go and, like I say, go to the website and go to Telegram and get involved. That's pretty much it. Those are the 2 tournaments where we had the midweek tournaments. That one there, $50 up for grabs, and then the weekend tournament number 5, and that is pretty awesome. That's what we say it was, $1,400 on that one. So get in there, folks. Who knows how high these could go in the future? The more players, the higher the prices. So get out there, folks, for that. That's pretty awesome. So I need to repost that actually. Let me repost that now. All right, so that's kind of cool. I think I already reposted the other one, did I? No, I haven't posted that one. Let me post that one too. So those are the 2 ones there. Nice. And we did a repost on that. So we're up to 54 minutes on the hour. We got some more comments in the chat, have we? Yeah, we got Frank White there. Bang, bang, Pulse Gang, says Frank White. Big shout out. Now, Frank White does the PLS start. So if you're after the PulseChain ecosystem map, and it's probably getting pretty big, isn't it, Frank? Frank White skinner. PLS start, I think it is. Start. PLS, I've got to make sure I get this right because I get embarrassed, but I'm probably getting it wrong. PLS start here. I'm not even sure what side I'm on here. Yeah, there we go. We found it, guys. We found it. There it is there. That is it. I do have it saved as my favorites, but that is the list. And it's definitely getting bigger. It's definitely getting bigger there, Frank. But there's the link there right there. Let me post it in the chat there. And that is from Frank White, the PulseChain ecosystem map. And that's like a boss. So there we go. That is the link to Frank White's start.me. I would suggest saving it as your favorites. And you got the whole map there of PulseChain. There we go. If you're a new project, get yourself registered, as they say. Pulsar Beta says, hi, Super, Unity and Taurus from Cryptographics. Oh, what's happened there? Are looking good so far. They are. They're doing exactly what they expected to do. Like they say, they're in different phases. I've got 4 phases for the thing, and Unity's moved into phase 3. Choice has moved into phase 3 now, and Unity is in phase 2, like halfway through phase 2, maybe. Oh, yeah, about halfway through phase 2. So yeah, they are doing their thing. Supplies adjusting. What else we got going there? Lots of love there from Frank White. Hey, most welcome, Frank. Keep up the good work. So that is pretty much it on the old PLS start. And we've covered Gladiator games, and of course we've got X game coming as well. So these going to be our premier games, I think, on the old PulseChain. Obviously, Mafia is sort of marching towards going live as well. So it's going to be good on PulseChain, guys. And then we got, I guess, a bit later in the piece, on-chain bet. Somewhere down the line, we'll see. It's got on-chain bet's got a phased launch, so it's going to actually probably take 3 to 6 months or something, maybe 6 months, let's say, before we get on-chain bet is my guess, based on the roadmap. But may launch in phases, kind of thing. We'll keep a lookout for that. That's what it's got on the. It's got kind of a similar launch to Mafia, but presumably Mafia is going to be launching before the end of the year, because they haven't got too much left to go from what I can tell. So there we go. But Gladiator Games is out now, and the prizes are legit. So this is the best prizes on PulseChain right now for gaming, and probably arguably such fun gameplay too. So it's pretty awesome. So there we are, $1,400. That's pretty awesome. Keep up the great work, Jason, and the Gladiator team. So join up today. All right. What else? I think that's it. Actually, that is the link to that. But do we have the actual? No, we don't have the links in there. So Jason, if you can post the links under there, that would be really great. If you can post the links under that, it would be great. Should have links on all posts. All posts. There we go. You got Telegram one there. So let's actually open this up so you guys can join up now. I know many of you probably looking at it right now and thinking, how can I join up? So this is the link. And I'm going to post that in the chat there as well. So that is the link there to join up the Gladiators. That is the website for Gladiator Games that Jason's just posted, the founder of the game, Gladiator Games. And that is Telegram. So I strongly encourage you to join up to Telegram today and get in there. And we've got a huge community. I obviously play the game. You guys know I like gaming. So get in there as well. There's lots of, we've got a lot more influencers jumping in there too lately, and founders of projects. Yeah, it's pretty exciting. And we've got lots more gamers jumping in there. So join up today. And there's plenty of people who will help you, get up to speed if you want to really compete for some of those prizes at the top of the tier. But hey, look, there's plenty of prizes. 25 prizes now, 25 winners in the game. It's going to be pretty awesome. Gladiator Game says we're also in talks with an art studio to make the battle graphics way better as well. So yeah, game graphics are always going to be on the improve as well. So keep a lookout for that. That is, you guys are all OGs because we're only coming out of week 4 into week 5. So you've got OGs in the game. What else am I going to say about it? Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, join up and get into Telegram and become part of the community. More things coming for Gladiator Games. PulseChain's full top tier game right now, and big cash prizes. Can't go wrong with that, can you? All right, so what else? I think that's it. How we're doing for time? We're up to 58 minutes. We might finish up in a couple of minutes here, but that's pretty much it on the old moves and PulseChain there. Let's see if we get some respite. Actually, I was going to look at CryptoSolve, wasn't I? I think you might have had something out that I want to check out. So let's do that. But you guys, I'll just go over here. You guys don't need to see me searching around. Normally, I'm much better organized, right? But hey, sometimes it just doesn't work out like that. Sometimes it doesn't work out like that. All right, I think I got CryptoSolve. I saw something with CryptoSolve. He's one of our 3 analytical influencers, what I call them. People that do, a lot of stuff there. Yes, apparently today. Oh, this is hot off the press, guys. We've got some bullish news. You got this alpha news before we finish the show? Should finish with the alpha, right? And this is from CryptoSolve. I'm just having a look through some of this. We definitely had some selling today, so I haven't had a chance to go through all of this, so I'm not going to pretend that I've had a chance to do that. But we will go through. We'll go through some of this. Let's do this. Let's do this to wrap up the show because we've had such a fun time. Had such a fun time. What else? PulseChain, Richard Hart says, I remember Frank White from Function Island, a Pulse Latina farm. And Frank White says, Latina was entirely unrelated to us. Yeah. And that was that's con girl from Ecuador or somewhere. I don't know. I don't know where she was from, but Frank White says Jack Levin will not DM you, says Frank White. No, I don't expect him to DM me. Yeah. All right. So what was the comment about Jack Levin DM? I don't know. We've got Crypto Jacks though. Crypto Jacks is in the house. So good to see you, Crypto Jacks. Woohoo! Great to see you in the house. Yeah, if you guys haven't subscribed, smash the subscribe button on YouTube. Don't forget to hit the follow button on X as well. Yeah, we will try and post the links to Gladiator Games underneath the live stream. In fact, I might do that now. I don't know if Jason, if you're there, you could put it under the live stream if you got it there. Maybe post the links. I don't know if they're readily at hand. For the old below the live stream on X would be great. Appreciate that. All right, so where are we going? Oh, actually, we're going to Crypto Solve. So let me not get distracted. Here. We're going to. So Crypto Solve is one of the sort of analytical influencers, as I said, and does a great job with that. So let's go through some of his insights. That some of them are hot off the press, so you're getting this as it comes out. So let me go back. Should we go full screen? I think we can go full screen on us, right, without ruining everything. Yeah, just works out. Let me just move a little bit of move magic, guys. Take a moment to blink while I do this. Hey, there we go. Never happened. All right, so Crypto Solve says this is earlier today, about 15 hours ago. A day we never thought we'd see coming, and I talked about this earlier, right? BankX has finally finished selling the last of their EHEX, and now we've got EHEX on a bit of on a rise again. Presumably, it's a straight shot to all-time highs within the week now, or is this the seller kind of news deal? Well, we have seen EHEX go up a little bit, just going kind of cool. And this is a bit of backstory here. The real Godwell, hope the investment is going well for you, big guy. If you ever feel the need to send another 830 million hex into a black hole, we've got a donations address in our profile. We'll deliver just as much of the product as BankX did, but this time it'll be a stable coin backed by the tiers of hexagons there. So that is from CryptoSolve. Now, to be fair, the Godwell, of course, is famous for the first mega pump on the old hex back in around about I think it was late April, was it something like that? Mid late April, 2020. So yeah, there is claim to fame there. Hex Godwell, of course, a massive ETH holder and getting richer by the day with the old ETH pump there, and probably just waiting for PulseChain to do its thing. So that's kind of cool. Big fans, of course, despite the big error there. It was definitely a big mistake there. But that is the play. Let's go back into Crypto Solve. And we're going to jump back out of there. He's got another insight. So that was 15 hours ago. So BankX is out. Good news. So yeah, this is pretty interesting actually. So he's got a stat here. Wild that there's a 2.6 set. So if you're on Pump Ties, if you guys are over on Pump Fun or Pump Ties, there's Pump.fun actually. It says wild that there's a 2.67% graduation rate from Pump Ties. Although, as a point of comparison, the Pump.fun graduation rate is 1% or around 1% and trending down. So, Pump Ties, 2.67%. That's a pretty good rate. We do have a lot of people that go and play on Pump Ties and try and get tokens over to launch. So, it's not bad. All right. Yeah, we don't need to keep talking about Function Island and Pulse Latina anymore. We don't need to talk about that anymore. All right. That is kind of cool. So that is it. Let's jump over to some stuff here. So 2 hours ago says, guess who's back? Someone swapped 5 million. Someone swapped 5 million. Yeah, we're no drama channel, so we don't generally try to talk about drama. So if you got drama, you take it to someone else's live stream. All right. So have we got any moderators in the chat? Because honestly, A1, if you can take away we don't have drama channel stuff in here. You can do it on other channels, but it's not here. All right. So don't have to. If you've got a moderator, can you delete those comments? That'd be appreciable. All right. So there we go. So that is, I guess, who's back. Says Crypto Solve swap 5 million Pulse for 33 ETH there. So we obviously had someone moving out there. A large Pulse and PulseX wallet. So this is the wallet that we were talking about. Waking up from 18 months dormancy. And this was the one that had about $6 million on the sacrifice list. They were about number 18 on the PulseChain and then number 58 on the PulseX lists. And so they had still had $1 million of Pulse. So I was just wondering whether that's what moved the chart down a little bit there. This guy often manually wraps his Pulse before swapping. Historically used to gold Pulse for large swaps, paying a big fee, of course, 3%. So there we go. So that is pretty much that. What else we got there? Right, so let's go up the top here. And that is probably what's suppressed the price a little bit there today. Yeah, hey Frank, please don't engage with it. I mean, this is not we don't need that sort of drama stuff on this channel. This is a no drama channel, as far as I know. So let's just move on. Yeah. All right. I don't seem to have any moderators online right now, so I'm going to go and have to moderate it myself. This is really not fun, guys, when I have to go and do this. And that's I don't know where my moderators are right now, but let's go switch that out. Just bear with me one moment while I clean up the mess in the chat. There's a reason why we're not the reason why we're not a drama channel, because people just destroy the chats. All right, thanks, Wookie. I appreciate that, Wookie. So we have got a moderator in there now. Appreciate that. All right, cool. Let's move on. So yeah, we got this happening right now. We have probably nothing. Probably it was an hour ago. Probably nothing. Just a bit of a shuffling of the old accounts on Monday. Keep selling. They transferred ETH as well, so moving some ETH, 500 ETH around, 2.2 million. Stuff going on there. And then we had this come out just 23 minutes ago. And that was a bit of cash flowing today. Movements through Tornado Cash bullish. We had 100 ETH there, so if, this money looks like it's coming in. SAC ETH there, transferred 100 ETH, 400 ETH, $1.8 million, 100 ETH there, and also got 1228. So 100 ETH there, 100 ETH. So got millions of dollars coming in right now. Transferred 4,900 ETH there, $22 million. Probably nothing. Just a bit of shuffling of the old accounts on a Monday. Keep selling though. So there we go. So it's got some drama happening there on the old PulseChain. He says it's bullish in this case, but that is a few little insights there. That's Crypto Solve. If you guys want to check that out, you can do that. I'll post that there. Bam. Yeah, that is the link. That is the link down the bottom there. So if you want to check that out in detail, I'll probably have a little bit more deeper dive after the live stream. But that is from Crypto Solve. Smash the like and subscribe. Definitely do that. And we got Wookie says it's done, super. I appreciate that. Wookie, you're probably out at golf, probably out in the golf field at the time. Yeah. So we try to keep the channel as a no drama channel and a PG channel. So we try to keep it family friendly. There's plenty of other YouTube channels and PulseChain and elsewhere that do the drama and do the do the adults type of show, but that's not us. That's not us. All right. Let us. How are we doing for time? Actually, we're up to an hour and 8 minutes. I've already gone past, but normally an hour and 15 is kind of where we sit there. So cool news. X1 is live, and that's going to ramp up. It's a ramp up process, just like we had with PulseChain. Richard Hart is on the battlefield, and he was pretty awesome yesterday, saying that he had to persist. We got X Game getting pretty close to launch. We got Gladiator Games wrapping up massive prizes. Which is really cool. The run rate's getting bigger and bigger. So we've gone from about a $30,000 annual run rate to about a $72,000 run rate. And so, the bigger the game grows, the bigger that run rate will be. And so, yeah, there could be a huge ability to, earn good cash, crypto cash in that game as we grow. So the bigger it gets, the bigger the things. And it's a fun game, ultimately. It's the gaming that's fun. And you guys have seen me battling away. So that's kind of stuff there. I don't know whether I had anything else on here right now. BankX is out, right? So that's good news. The monster thread, that's what I was going to do. And we've got enough time to do it. We've got 5 minutes. So we're going to talk about that too. Pulse Beta says, so much is happening on PulseChain that is incredible. All the bad publicity comes from actual RH Core coin tokens for their underperformance. Yeah, I mean, it's what I call it accumulation zone. But definitely it's taken a lot longer than people would like to see. But once again, we're looking forward to the eventual turn on the old crypto, and we're expecting Q4 to be a big catalyst for that. We got Richard Hart, of course, is giving us a lot of signals along that line, Pulse Beta, because we've had the PulseChain Explorer out 1.1. We also had the Go Pulse upgrades, and this is exciting time. Of course, the official bridge also being upgraded as well. So things are getting ready to run. And we also saw Richard set up PulseChain for Pumpermentals earlier in the year with the old PulseX farms, and of course hex staking and things like that. So it's things are heading in the right direction there. We've got big new influencers coming online now. Empress come on. She's got 106,000 followers and a pretty popular influencer. And she got given Toby Wan Nobi, because one of the producers of the Highest of Stakes show sent her a limited edition box set. And so she did an opening of that, and so she just come on. So we're getting bigger influencers. 106,000 is pretty significant. We had Xavier, of course, with the 480,000. Now, Crypto Empress is a crypto influencer as well as a few other things, but Xavier is an entertainer influence on X, and so it's really great to have both of them. So we are getting the big influencers coming on board, and both of these dwarf most of our influencers, although we got some significant ones. If you want to include B Roots and Ian Heinisch and people like that, they're over 100,000. We got obviously Richard Hart around 350,000 plus, and we've got a certain our own suite of large influencers like Somi and Crypto Coffee. People like that, probably a good 10 that are like 40, 50, 60,000 followers. We've got a good 10 influencers like that. And a couple of the female influencers are particularly large as well, although, a couple of them are not around as much as they used to be. We saw Hevita coming back doing a bit of stuff recently. But things are on the move. So she opened a box set, pretty awesome. And it's really nice, isn't it? Really beautiful box set there. And that was just a pretty good show there. RH Max, of course, broke down with good old Felix. I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with Felix from HexScout, but Felix has also been doing a lot of these on-ramps that have been coming online to PulseChain. Felix has been playing a pretty key role in all those. And also he's associated with Sun Minimal as well, which is pretty cool. So, it's exciting times. And so not only is Richard on the move, we've also seen, some pretty major community people like Felix and others from HexScout, Hyperlane, Bank now. Obviously, we've got Liberty Swap all ramping up the bridges to all the other chains and opening up liquidity. So when we do get green candles, and they can be triggered, with God mode candles or anything else like that, then we will have, everyone will be able to get the PulseChain very, very quickly. So I think by the end of the year, I think a lot of those will be well established with liquidity pools and with all those chains, potentially 40 chains for Liberty Swap. 130 chains for Hyperlane. Now, Hyperlane, of course, is pretty cheap. I think there's no fees to use it, actually, if I remember rightly. So Hyperlane is a pretty good way of onboarding to other, crossing other chains. So definitely worth checking out. RH Max did a stream with Felix on that, so it was pretty awesome. David's Daily Show. So now you're talking about more influencers. Well, obviously, Dave Feder, a very popular member of the community, and of course, the number one validator supplier. He has started a weekday, not daily percentage, not whole week every day, but weekday, so Monday to Friday, 3 p.m. Eastern. And of course, he's very popular and they're doing very cool. So it's great to see more influencers, especially larger ones, coming on doing more regular streams. So a big shout out to David Feder for that. Internet Money, of course, massively hitting our main wallet, I guess, custom wallet to PulseChain. Internet Money hit 96,685 downloads. That's awesome, right? So their milestone is 100,000 by the end of the year. So it looks like they're well on track for that. So keep up the great work there, KG and the Internet Money team. Of course, 007 McCrypto, which is Triple Dab. He's down the bottom left here. They were on a stream called PulseChain Mega Marketing. And of course, that's one of the big themes right now is the ramp up of marketing. We've got the old Hive there, in California. They've got the multiple warehouses there working on all those promo devices, those iPads, and they're hoping to send out about 1 million before the end of the year. And they've got lots of volunteers doing that. So that takes time to ramp up. But once the impacts kind of accumulate, and then it starts to really be felt after that. So that's been pretty cool. And we see a lot of the top streamers there, including Fast Abdul, who was in the chat earlier, with RX Max and Big Kowalski. We got Ethereum bullish future, of course. This is kind of, we talked about, these strategic ETH reserves. They're pumping our bags like Tom Lee. And we've also got, obviously, SharpLink CEO Joseph Chellam there saying that they're going to 5% as well. So they're obviously, going to be, we should see a lot of big purchases on ETH there as well. So ETH is going to be pumped to the moon, as they say. And of course, that's going to pump the PulseChain sacrifice as well as altcoin season and PulseChain, as well. So it's kind of cool. CryptoSolve did a bridge update for September, so you got to check that out around the bridge, PulseChain bridge. And of course, we just looked at his account, but you can go check out his report as well. Liberty Swap just did a major upgrade for new and secure wallet system, and in process of full capability, capable of supporting main peers such as ETH and Wrapped ETH on all chains. So that's pretty cool. Pulse and Pulse as well, and PDI and eHex as well. So big news there. So big shout out to the Liberty Swap team. We got some big streamers. These are one of our, two our big streamers here, Dollar Cost Crypto and of course B Roots there. They also did a pretty legendary stream together, and it was a bit of fun there. So you can go check that out. We also got a new trustless index from Zero Trust. This is live with real-time analysis of blockchain decentralized metrics, and it's pretty cool. So you can do different chains. They've got different measures that they rank the chains, and I think PulseChain number 2, and it's by Gerardo, so not bad there. So check that out. He's doing a lot of developments for PulseChain websites. Chaos explains ratio. So Chaos has done another video series. He does educational series, and they're really good. You should check them out. Certainly doing a lot of cool stuff there. One of the ones they did was on ratios. So if you're new to crypto, it's pretty good to learn those. And that's from Johnny Chaos there. It's got a whole, set, maybe half a dozen, I think, on videos recently. PulseChain. Now, PulseChain is probably sneaking up on a few people. Let me know in the chat if you guys are familiar with PulseChain. But PulseChain has got, been increasing their volumes on their trading. They've got a lot of different features, but they've just announced a new commerce payments for websites to use, so you can get USDC payments. So that's really good for merchants. So this is something we haven't talked too much about in our coverage on PulseChain, but it is a pretty key, a significant aspect, having merchant payments. So that is really, really cool. For PulseChain, they're on the move. And it's, it's growing. It's sneaking up on people, right? So they're going to have an airdrop too if you're an early user. So I think there's still a little way to go there. So if you get into PulseChain, that you might be able to get participated in that. So check that out. We obviously talked about the iPad promotional iPads, where we've got this person called Kim Puta there, or Kim Tan, I think her name. Asked the community for some help around the media that she's been blowing up in the PulseChain community, just on this one iPad alone. She's been doing multiple videos on it, so I got to check it out. But whoever that is, I don't know. You got to decide. But in any case, it's created a bit of excitement around the promo iPads. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So you can see it there. There's the picture there. So check it out. We got Asian on Pulse, new merch as well. And I really love, we've obviously got a global community. And these guys are really professional too. They do some great content. And so we've got Asian on Pulse and Pulse Asian TV, MB Crypto as well. They have got the official merch now on PulseChain store. So you definitely got to check that out. So big shout out. They're doing some great stuff, really great stuff. Then we got PulseChain Stats website. Announced a brand new informational website aggregating data and analytics for Hex and PulseChain. And this is really good. So this is getting a lot of really positive feedback. And we've got, a good half a dozen top tier information sites. And then we've got a whole, dozens of others, which are all of varying quality. But these guys are adding to the mix. And yeah, so it's worth checking out there. We actually might have a quick look at it just while we're here. I'm sure this is probably on Frank White's site by now. But yeah, it's got lots of features on here, lots of cool things. So we're checking out there. They might want to upgrade the font size a little bit. But apart from that, the site is packed full of goodies, packed full of good information there. So we might actually start using it ourselves. So we're going to check through it there ourselves. I'm talking like I sound like the character out of Lord of the Rings. So is it my precious ourselves or something? But I've forgotten the name of the character. But that is it. We had some honorable mentions. It's Ben Sierra shares August Hex report. So that's another one of our information influencers, I call them. We've got three main ones. Ben Sierra is another one, along with CryptoSolve. We got PulseNet there, spreading the word about PulseChain. We got TamTam XSpace, Richard Hart Tokenomics study guide. So TamTam's been doing some really great XSpace series along with a lot of other key people in the community. Fast Abdul is one of them. We got Mo Mindset as well, sketching more great artwork. and then as publicizing it at different events with around Richard Hart and stuff like that. So it's kind of cool. Pulse Beats as well has got a new song. We had a couple of songs to this time. Domination After the Storm, inspired by Tam Tam, and then we got also Crypto Activator there made a YouTube video about PulseChain. It's got a, I think, musical side to that as well. So it's pretty cool. Some of the project teams that have really been exciting on PulseChain. X Game, of course, is launch is imminent. So it's got coverage there. We've got RhinoFi as well with their recharging, which is pretty awesome. And they've given out over 1 billion Pulse and rewards. Heartwood Dog, new series on horizon. In fact, they got the two new series coming. And then Radon, of course, with their PDI Revolution, with their stablecoin model. That's going to be pretty interesting to see how that operates moving into the future. So big shout out to Crypto Pro there. And of course, we've got Gladiator Games, which is just going from strength to strength. $3,000 in prizes in 4 weeks. Can you believe it? And this looks like they're jumping big time up to close to $1,400 for tournament number 5. Pretty awesome, eh? Pretty awesome. So, yeah, Pulse of the Fallen. If you haven't checked it out, they are coming up. So a big shout out to the Hog team. But they've got the next series is going to be coming. So the season 1's just finished. They're waiting for season 2 coming up in the future. But in the meantime, they've got an interim series called The Chronicles of Andrew Tate, Somi, and Hog. It's going to be real pure fire here. So we're looking forward to that. It's the next coming up from the Pulse of the Fallen. So big shout out to that team. The Pulse of the Fallen season 2 will then follow after the Chronicles of Andrew Tate, Somi, and Hog. And that's going to be coming onto the scene with Crypto Coffee. It's going to be in the first chapter. One of our big influences there. It's got a gritty backstory in Nero City. It's kind of like Gotham on steroids. And that will also include a new character coming onto the play who's got a bit of a rage problem. So it's going to be pretty fun to see where the arcs go on that one. So that is coming up there. And you can sort of see Crypto Coffee on the right there and some action down the bottom already. So, and that's Hog in the middle there. So, yeah, it's game on, guys. It's game on, as they say. You can see Crypto Coffee in the top right of that picture there too. So that's going to be a lot of fun. And yeah, if you haven't seen season 1, you got to check it out because all the chapters there, 14 chapters of season 1 from the beginning to the match with Conor McGregor. You got to go check that out. And of course, Hog is trading on PulseChain. So, great stuff coming there from the team. I think we've got a little bit of a video. So you got to definitely check it out. That's chapter 14 right there of season 1. We also, of course, got X Game launching soon, and this is potentially PulseChain's first, what I would call viral game. Potentially, it's got a lot of, and it's from Firewhale, the big whale, so this could have some huge implications. That being said, you just never know what will shine and be that viral game. But X Game going to be pretty massive. Going to have a lot of money put behind it to get it out there on the marketing, and of course, going to be on Telegram as well. So this is a decentralized casino. First game is going to be X Game Crash Game. It's going to be a crash game. You can see the crash picture there, so it's pretty cool. So that is coming down the line as well. It's got its own license, official GLI 19 certification for fair games and all that. So yeah, keep a lookout for X Game. It is coming up there. It's going to be pretty awesome. Also going to have 30% referrals, so it's going to really help with the virality of the game. But it's also going to be on Telegram, everything else. So this is going to sound pretty awesome. I'm really excited about it. It looks really great. Look at that. Look at that. Yeah, look at that. Woo! Let's go. The thrill of the race. So it's going to be coming up as well. We obviously got Gladiator Games as well. So we really got a gaming boom beginning, right, on PulseChain, which is great. And Gladiator Games, of course, we've just gone through that in depth. But that's got a big tournament, 2 tournaments this week, midweek, and the big one for tournament number 5. So you definitely got to check out that. All the details are there in the post there inside the monster thread. Obviously, RhinoFi is continuing to go from strength to strength there. Nice little pickup in price right now as well. But the charge cycle there's got tons of pulse in it right now. Like, what's that? 375 million pulse and climbing. So looking forward to see that operate when PulseChain gets its little reversal in price. Kind of cool. I love their animations. These guys, if you're a team out there, you want to do really well, go check out their animations and stuff. These guys and their regular posting. If you're a meme team out there, you should really be checking out RhinoFi because they really are doing a great job. They really are good with their socials and everything else. We got BDI, of course, from the Radon ecosystem. And this is the first anchored asset on PulseChain. It's bonded into a lot of other stable coins. So it's kind of cool to see that. Also has a bit of a tax in there as well to shore that up. So pretty cool. You've got some pretty high yields as well on the old Nexian farm. And of course, BDI and Radon have kind of led the move there on Nexian. And of course, Nexian's just launched its recent Glow token. So we're looking excited, Glow platform with 10x leverage. So we're excited about that too. Hopefully we'll hear more about that from the the Nexian team. Pretty cool. So not bad there. And we had a bit of a shout out. We obviously got the live daily shows with Superman, and of course all some of the best ones there, information sites. But we also had a community spotlight, which we're going to finish the show on. So this is pretty awesome. In fact, I've gone way beyond over time, but hey, we've got some cool stuff happening here. We got some shout outs to the ladies on PulseChain. Now, the PulseChain ladies, these are influencers on PulseChain. They have been doing an incredible job. Honestly, they have been doing an incredible job, and you've probably seen them out there and about there doing a lot of cool stuff. So big shout out. And we got the Wild SJ, Positivity Princess, always out there promoting PulseChain adoption and Sci-Vive in the crypto space. And as I understand it, I think she's working at the Hive a lot too, getting those iPads out and things like that. So that's pretty cool. We got Hex Pulse for the win. So Crypto Class, amazing. And of course, influence out there. She's taking a bit of a hiatus for the next couple of months, but she is doing a great job. She's got DeFi and crypto content. Of course, she shares guides on buying and staking Hex, market commentary, community shills, and runs a YouTube channel. But she also has all the ladies on her show. So she always has a lot of like Hodpro and others on the show. She's amazing. So really cool. Christina Hype, man. Christina Hype, what do we say? One of the most prolific supporters of PulseChain community with the relentless content sharing. We are big fans. So she does a great job there. Christina Hype, big shout out to you. And Karina Georgia, if you like a bit of fun, well, she's the Queen of Hearts, and she does great streams as well. Each speeches on the live stream, things like that. She's a lot of fun. Pretty cool. Tam, of course, has been stepping up to the plate there and doing a lot of amazing X spaces on PulseChain and X, and that's been very successful. So really appreciate all that. And then finally, we've got CryptoGirl with her PulseChain and Hex spaces. She's an OG, all right. She's a Hex OG. She's done a lot of this, old X videos, and she's recently started doing X spaces. And the last one was it's a real meme season on PulseChain, and that was pretty fun. And you can see a picture of her there. That's pretty cool. So yeah, cool stuff happening with the old monster thread. That's week number 22, guys. So if you haven't checked it out, check it out, and don't forget to share it as well. Great for catching up on everything happening in PulseChain over the last week. Also, great for sharing to new people, and that's important, right? Onboarding new people to PulseChain. And the PulseChain community is pretty awesome, right? Pretty awesome. It's going on for greatness. So check that out. Monster thread number 22. 22 weeks of awesomeness. You can go back 22 weeks and see all the hottest news on PulseChain. Isn't that amazing? And it's not slowing down. Now, Richard Hart said yesterday about being persistent. Well, Monster thread's definitely persistent, but it's also very consistent. If you're persistent, you can be consistent. How about that? Now, you heard it here first. No, I'm just kidding. We got Crypto League in house. The Crypto League is in the house. What could be a good bag of Pulse to hold? Of course, not financial advice. Yeah. Well, maybe Pulse. Pick up some bags of Pulse. Bags of Pulse. Good to see you, Crypto League. Let's see, what else? Is that it? I think that's it. Yeah. Frank White said PulseChain is really cool. It is indeed. And Pulse Beta says best influencer Superman. Can't understand why not more followers. I don't know either. We're doing pretty well though. I'm pretty happy with it. We got Crypto Jack says buy the dip. Yeah, buy the dip for sure. What else there? We got Stevie D says, hey Superman, haven't seen you for a while. I didn't realize you have a Pre-NES channel. Pre-NES. I'm not quite sure what that is, Stevie D, but it's great to see you in the chat. We're streaming on 3 YouTube channels right now. We've got the Crypto Night Show, Superman Crypto, and PulseChain X, and we're also on X right now streaming. 4 channels basically streaming right now, which I think's on YouTube. What's that about? Maybe something like we're on X. We're on Discord as well, I guess, and Telegram indirectly as well. It depend. I don't think we're on Telegram today because they haven't posted the link, but kind of in there. So yeah, I think it's about 14,500 followers. But on X, of course, you can have unlimited numbers. Just depends on who's around at the time. So yeah, something like that. So it's not too bad. Right. Let's jump around. All right. Let's finish the show, shall we? An hour and 30 minutes. Not bad. It was supposed to be like 50 minutes. And I was kidding. An hour and 30 minutes. We did a great job. Hope you guys did a great job in the chat there. You did. Hope you guys enjoyed the show. We'll be back again tomorrow, 8 p.m. Eastern. And catch you then. Don't forget to smash the follow, hit the subscribe If you like gaming, get into Gladiator Games. The big tournament on this weekend. Prices have up like 70% on last week. It's crazy. And of course, you guys can play against me because I'll be there. My player is Galactus. My Generation 2 Gladiator is called Galactus. Yeah, after the character in the movie. What did it destroyed the famous four? Whatever they're called. That was pretty hilarious. All right, take care now. I'll catch you guys tomorrow and enjoy. PulseChain, DCA for the win. We've got a nice price zone continuing to pick up lots of bags of Pulse and PulseX right now. So enjoy. All right, take care. Bye for now.